If you look at labor's history over the years, you'll find that we've had a very violent history with violent protests in certain instances, strategically played out and for certain purposes that industrial sabotage doesn't have its place. I think it certainly does. But as far as, and I can't really honestly say that I've never wished or have never been in a position where I haven't wished ill harm on somebody or inflicted any pain and suffering on some people that,
we're all human.
Didn't ask for it, but it certainly has its place.
Violence is a tactic, and it's to be used when it's appropriate, the appropriate tactic.
It's a tactic that should be used at the appropriate time. I believe in the violent overthrow of the bourgeoisie, and that freedom is found at the barrel of a gun, like Mao said and Marx said.
Marx didn't say that.
No, Marx said that the violent overthrow of the bourgeoisie.
And Noam Chomsky joined the IWW last month.
Thank you.
I don't necessarily want to be part of your capitalist society. I want to take over the state with the revolutionary movement, which...
Is there any sort of rough guess on what percent of the population has to be involved for something to be considered a revolution instead of terrorism?
Instead of what?
Instead of terrorism. Like, if I attack a bank, I'm a terrorist. If 10 of us do it, we're terrorists. If 5,000 of us do it, are we getting closer to being a revolution, or what?
You have to win.
You have to win. He's right. We have to win.
You should have well.
Right. Well, there are some people whose definition of terrorism is just an army without a defense budget.
Oh, and you can have a lot of people in the army without a defense budget, and that still is being called terrorism.
Well, until it succeeds, and then it's a revolution.
Chomsky says that the #1 state sponsor of terrorism is the United States of America. Without having been militant, there would have never been a French Revolution, there would have never been independence, there would have never been a civil war, and there would still be slavery, and there would have never been national liberation movements in Asia, Africa, and Latin America. So, I mean, it's
also the CIO wouldn't have made it either. I mean, true militancy means high levels of participation and willingness to undertake creative and in-your-face tactics, I think. And the American labor movement never would have had the successes it had without that kind of militancy.
The police are union members now.
Yeah, that doesn't mean they bust fewer heads.
Was Haiti and the sort of the American shepherding of the Haitian economy away from subsistence farming into, a manufacturing economy. And the larger argument of the article was that throughout the history of capitalism, there's been a, if not strategic position, certainly a position that of demonizing all of the values of subsistence or agrarian economics.
It kind of went to your point about Haiti, that those people aren't going to get those tastes without a capitalism coming in and creating a means for them to then buy these products which they don't really need. But
because there's the working class in general, right? And then there's the organized sector of the working class. The Communist Party focuses primarily, not to the exclusion of, but primarily on the organized sector of the working class. for a number of different reasons. First and foremost, the organized sector of the working class, the trade union movement, is in a lot of ways the training ground for the class struggle. It's where workers learn to act collectively for their own economic well-being and self-interest, whereas you don't have that same level of collective activity outside of the organized sector of the working class.
Is that there is no stability in capitalism, and it's freedom for the bourgeoisie. It's a bourgeois democracy, so not a workers' democracy.
So there's offensive and defensive. I think when we talk about violence, most people wouldn't begrudge someone acting or using violence as self-defense when they're under attack. And I think it's really easy to frame a lot of labor issues as self-defense when poverty, the conditions, education, healthcare, medicine, just dignity is easily perceived as being totally under attack and lashing out in the material world as self-defense. I mean, there's a difference between saying that it may not be the most effective means in terms of creating a plan and something that happens saying that we can't ever do that. And I hesitate to just put anything off the table, I think,
PBN, for news that affects America. Join us on our live show at pushbacknow.com.